No, stop. The president said things are working quite well at the border. Well, we want to give him the same thing he had last year. If they're working well last year, they should work well this year. He shouldn't shut down the government. Thank you, everybody. Well, we want to give him the same thing he had last year. If they're working well last year, they should work well this year. He shouldn't shut down the government. Thank you, everybody.
1 year earlier.
Mr. President, I address you and this body in the shadow of a government shutdown.
Mr. President, the United States is one day into a government shutdown that Senate Democrats have forced on our country.
At this hour, the federal government is needlessly shut down because of Senate Democrats. One party in one house of this Congress is deliberately holding our government hostage.
Something that nobody wanted and almost everybody strived to avoid. And yet, we are here.
A bipartisan majority of senators, Republicans and Democrats, voted to avoid this, except that the Democratic leader took the extraordinary step of filibustering this bipartisan bill and initiating his own government shutdown.
Last night, they used the filibuster to block our bill and to shut down this government. But why? What exactly in this bill was it that the Senate Democrats opposed? Why would they do such a thing? What do they find so objectionable? What do they disagree with? What is so objectionable that it is worth holding the entire government hostage?
President Trump reached out to me this morning, to invite me to the White House to talk all of these issues over. What has transpired since that meeting in the Oval Office is indicative of the entire tumultuous and chaotic process Republicans have engaged in the negotiations thus far. Even though President Trump seemed to like an outline of a deal in the room, he did not press his party in Congress to accept it.
The answer is they have no problems with any of it. And yet, they are blocking this legislation anyway. That's right. Senate Democrats shut down the government over a bill that they have no issues with. They opposed a bill they don't even oppose.
None of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle can point to a single thing in the bill that they oppose. Not one thing.
We do some crazy things in Washington, but this is utter madness.
Well, we want to give him the same thing he had last year. If they're working well last year, they should work well this year. He shouldn't shut down the government. Thank you, everybody.
Utter madness.